What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Gluten-Free Southern Chef. And let me tell you, I feel fancy today. I done got me a haircut, done shaved. I even got a cameraman back there. We ain't on the stand today. Well, today, folks, we're making some gluten-free muffins. I know our last video was on a simple breakfast, so we're gonna keep the trend going. So, today we're gonna make some gluten-free, dairy-free chocolate chip muffins from scratch. All the ingredients added in. So, if y'all come over here, we'll get started. So the first thing we're gonna do is we have a cup and 3/4 of our gluten-free flour. Add that to a bowl. We got cinnamon, baking soda, and salt. We have 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, a half of baking soda, half of salt. We're gonna add that in. So before we get any wet ingredients, we're gonna mix these up right quick. Y'all stir this up like y'all stirring a pot at the Sunday lunch after church. You know who I'm talking about, all y'all gossiping folks after church going to eat. So, dry ingredients, we'll set this off to the side and we'll mix our wet ingredients. So we're going to start out with, we're adding our 3/4 cup of sugar. We've got a half cup of softened butter, and that's more kind of melted. We're going to add in there. So we're going to grab our mixer here. I didn't choose color. My wife thought it was pretty and she don't cook. So we're going to give this a little stir for a minute or two. And what we're looking for here is you just want it to kind of all get mixed up, that sugar really start melting down in there, and just kind of give a good creaminess to it. So this should take 30 seconds to a minute and a half, kind of depending on your setup and what exactly speed you're running at. But as you can see, it's all combining. We're kind of getting one good color out of it here. So I'd say that's about it right there. So once we got that good and done, we're gonna come over here and add our half cup. I think that's a half cup. The official recipe will be in the description. A half a cup for almond milk, because remember, if you're not lactose intolerant, then you can use whatever milk you want. Since we're cooking lactose free, we use the almond milk. Add a teaspoon of vanilla. Throw them 2 cackleberries in there. We'll edit that out. Y'all didn't see me do that. I forgot there was stuff in there. I thought that bowl was empty. Wipe my hands real quick. So now that we have that in there, now we're just going to give this a quick mix. All we're looking for here is just get everything combined. So once it all becomes one good consistent color, those eggs are nice and beaten up in there and everything's mixed together nicely. Like that. Now we're good. So now what we have created, we have our wet ingredients and we have our dry ingredients. Crucial step here is really important, really hard. Add your wet to your dry. I think y'all, if y'all made it this point, y'all can handle that point. So, same thing here. We're gonna mix everything up. And this is going to be a probably thicker batter than what you're used to. If you're used to making them Martha White or Betty Crocker ones where you throw the mix in the bowl and then add just some water to it and put it in there, it's going to be a little thicker than what you're used to. We'll get everything good and combined in there. And now we have our batter mix. So today we're making chocolate chips. So you can add anything in here. If you want blueberry, add blueberry in it. If you want banana nut, add bananas and nuts in there. If you want chocolate chip, do chocolate chip. If you want sprinkles, whatever you want. This is just your base start here. You can add whatever fillings you want. Now, I prefer to do a mix of large and small chocolate chips. I feel like that gives you a better distribution of chocolate in there. You get more in there because we've all got a muffin or something where you've eaten it and you're like, man, I had 3 chocolate chips in a whole muffin. So about 1.5 cups to 2 cups, just depending on how much you want in yours. We like some chocolate around here, so we went for the full 2. Just give that a slow mix to get everything combined here. Like I said, folks, this is gluten-free. I know the stigma behind it. A bunch of people think you can't eat good or stuff doesn't taste good gluten-free. Like I said, I'm not gluten-free. I can eat whatever I want, and I love these. These are delicious. Our 3-year-old will eat the entire pan if you let her. And she doesn't even know what gluten is. She barely knows what a muffin is. So, that's how we mix this here. We already have our pan greased and ready. The oven's heating up. So we're gonna go ahead and combine these. One day on this channel, I'll forget to quit grabbing stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and fill our muffin tins up real quick. And with these, so when you're cooking gluten-free and bacon, you will get some rise, but you're not gonna get that traditional full rise like if you're using flour. So because of that, we wanna fill all the way to the top. Because remember, we're not, if you're used to cooking with flour, you just became, you know, gluten intolerant, celiac, whatever. Or if you're trying to make, you know, your friend some food. Just, you know, it's gonna cook different. We're using a completely different recipe, a completely different base here. So you have to keep that in mind that it's gonna cook different. I know this looks wild. You're like, you're filled up to the top. You're gonna have a cake on top of this at the end of it. No, it's just because we don't have much rise to it. They're gonna rise, put a little top on them, but not like you would traditionally think of. We may not have enough for all 12 here, but we're gonna get it close as we can. Now look, folks, it's fine if you don't make all 12. My wife's giving me the stink eye from behind the camera because we didn't make it all. I probably put a little too much in one of these or something, but as long as you like it, that's all that counts. Now, this is something extra you can do. You don't have to, there's no reason to it. But so we like on our muffins, if you've ever gotten one from Starbucks or different places, they have like that nice crushed sweet top to them. Well, this is how you make that part of it. You take your brown sugar here, it can be light, it can be dark, whatever you prefer. And don't be afraid to add it to the top, because what this is gonna do is it's gonna caramelize down on it while it's in the oven. That heat's gonna get it, and it's gonna melt in real nice and give you that real nice, you know, crunch on the top of it here. So that's what we do with this one. Like I said, it really steps up your muffin game. It really adds a nice texture and a little extra to your muffins. And if you're taking these over to your friend, this gluten-free, celiac, whatever, or you're just making them for yourself, or you take them to a party or whatever. Maybe you hang out with a bunch of friends who got a gluten intolerant. I don't know what you do on the weekends. Ain't none of my business. But this is gonna make them think you really know what you're doing. And we add, like I said, this is a second step to this. You don't have to. But it just kind of brings out some nice flavor in there. Hit it with just a light sprinkle of cinnamon on top. Like I said, light sprinkle of cinnamon on top. We'll kind of clean our pan up a little bit here. It's not necessary, just makes cleanup after the fact a little easier. Get in there. And there you are, folks. That's very easy, I think, very tasty gluten-free muffins. Like I said, you can make them anything. We made chocolate chip today. We're probably going to make another batch, so we're not going to film, just to have kind of prepared through the weekend for breakfast and stuff. And these store really good. You put these in the fridge when they're done, and we just put them in a gallon Ziploc bag. They'll last the whole week in there. They're fine. You will put them in. You'll set your oven to 425. You'll put them in, cook them for 5 minutes. And then after 5 minutes, drop your oven temp. You don't have to take them out. I know a bunch of y'all are going to ask that. But no, you just take your oven temp, drop it down to 350, leave it in there another 18 to 20 minutes, and check it. Now, your oven may cook fast or slow. Ours cooks a little slow, so ours will be about 16-ish minutes. Yours may be 21, 22. Very simple. When they come out, we'll toothpick test them, and we'll show you all that in just a second. All right, y'all. So muffins have been in there. We cooked ours the first 5 minutes at the 425, backed them down to 350, and ran them for the whole 18 minutes. So you toothpick test these if you've never tested or baked or done any of this with toothpick. Extremely simple. You want to test, slide your toothpick in. You go all the way to the bottom if you want to, pull it out. So that's chocolate. That is just melted chocolate on it. That's fine. What we're looking for is you don't want any batter or dough to come out on them. And you can turn around and test spots. You don't have to sit here and test every one of them, but you want to check one on this end. Again, melted chocolate. Get a few more toothpicks here. Maybe grab this big one on this end. Come out. We're good. See a little bit of melted chocolate top. This is a little bit of chocolate, but a clean toothpick. If you want to test every one of them, you're not going to hurt anything, but spot check a few of them. Some ovens have hot spots, some don't. So some of these are bigger, some of these are smaller. I'd suggest check your biggest ones, because if you know your big ones are done, your little ones are done. And that's a quick, easy, gluten-free muffin recipe. So I hope you enjoy. All we do now is we'll take these out, let them cool for 5-6 minutes, and then we're about to smash some muffins. So thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all in the kitchen.